It's almost here. Earth Day is April 22nd. What makes our planet the best place to live? In the story, I Can Save the Earth by Allison Inches and Viviana Garfoli, Little Monster learns the importance of protecting our planet and has his eyes open to the beauty all around us. Click the link to watch the story. Today, let's do a writing lesson, senses style. What do you like to see, touch, taste, smell, and hear on our big blue marble? As always, we can focus this lesson on simple sentence writing, or we can make the sentences more complex. Here's how we'll do it. Pretty easy. Thinking about the senses, what do you like to see, touch, smell, hear, and taste? If I'm doing a simple sentence, here is how I could start this. What do I like to see? Every sentence in the whole wide world begins with a capital letter. Like to see, I'm watching my spacing, flowers blooming. I'm concentrating on all my hunks and chunks. I've got my OW, my ER, my OO, my ING. I've got my consonant clusters. Now I want to make sure I've got a sentence stopper, which I do, and let's read this to see if it makes sense and sounds right. I like to see flowers blooming. Okay, what do I like to touch? I like to touch lambs because they're really soft. So looking again, I've started my sentence with a capital letter. I make sure I have my sentence stopper. These are statements, so I need a period. My spacing looks good. I'll read to make sure this makes sense and sounds right. I like to touch lambs. What do I like to smell? I like to smell popcorn popping. What am I thinking? As I write, I always want to be an editor. I've got my capital letter. I've got my period. I'm looking at my spaces. Have I used my hunks and chunks? I like to smell popcorn popping. Perfect. It makes sense and it sounds right. Okay, what do I like to hear? I like to hear birds tweeting. Always thinking like an editor, capital letter, period, looking at my spacing. Am I using my hunks and chunks? I've got a lot of them there. And now I read to make sure it makes sense and sounds right. I like to hear birds tweeting. Now, I could say I like to taste, but I think I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to write, I like the taste of pizza. So here it is, capital letter. I've got my sentence stopper. My spacing looks good. I like the taste of pizza. How can I make this more complex? Well, I'm going to be adding those adjectives and adding a little bit more detail to the sentences. So, still using these senses starters, get it? Senses starters, my sentence starters, which are all based on the senses. Look at what I did. I like to see colorful rainbows shining in the sky. Much more complex than just telling me I like to see flowers blooming. How about this? I like to touch a newborn baby's soft skin. So I described the baby as a newborn baby and not just saying skin, but soft skin. I like to, look, I made a mistake right here. I like to chocolate chip cookies baking in the oven. Wow, I'm glad that I went back to double check to make sure that sounded right and made sense. I like to taste Have to squeeze that in. Chocolate chip cookies baking in the oven. That's the importance of going back to do the edit, because had I not, that sentence would not have made sense and sounded right. I like to hear the pitter patter of raindrops on my roof. I like the taste of sweet, cold vanilla ice cream on a hot summer day. So just try to add a little more detail if you put those adjectives in, and just add some detail to really paint a picture for the story. I'm looking here. I like to see colorful rainbows shining in the sky. I could have even added in the blue sky, making it just a little more descriptive. So good luck, and share some of your writings with me.